Welcome back to another video, guys. In today's video, as you've seen by the title, I will be doing a 5-figure trade breakdown. Yes, you heard me correctly, a 5-figure trade breakdown. This was my first ever 5-figure trade. It was also my last payout after returning from my Umrah during Ramadan. And yeah, I cannot wait to get into this video. As a lot of you may know, I've been off of YouTube for a very long time. Unfortunately, a lot of things have been going on in my life that I've had to take care of, and I've had to take a step away from YouTube. However, inshallah, from now on, we'll be back on track, consistently posting, and I'm hoping you lot enjoy this first breakdown, and then inshallah see some weekly content. All of my social media handles will be on the screen now, so make sure to drop me a follow on all of them to stay updated with what's going on in my journey. Without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the analysis. Okay guys, so as you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, over here we can see on the 4-hourly, with my red highlighter tool, I have marked out the most recent high and low. So this level of structure on the daily time frame has tapped into, if we just look over to the left, a daily extreme demand POI. From this level now, I expect price to create higher highs and higher lows on the 4-hourly time frame before breaching the most recent high on the daily time frame. So we could conclude that from this structural level on the daily time frame, we will be bullish. So on the 4-hourly, as you can see, I've marked out the higher highs and the higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, and so on with my light blue highlighter tool. Right here we got our 4-hourly change of character and our 4-hourly BOS. This is now our confirmation that we are continuing to the upside, heading towards that daily high. Here we go. Now we are looking at the hourly time frame. Let's just extend this to the left so we can get an accurate representation of these candles. There we go. So as we know, price moves in waves. Every time we make a high, we'll retrace into either a premium or discount level before breaching the next structural level to push price into its intended direction. So price here made a higher low on the 4-hourly time frame, tapping into a demand somewhere within this level here before pushing up to the upside, breaching this previous structural high on the 4-hourly. If I now mark out with my purple highlighter tool all the structural levels on the 1-hourly, we can see here, once price breached this 4-hourly structural level up here, this is where price became exhausted. We can see by the larger wicks to the upside right here, you can see we got a low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Where was this breach? Low right here. Okay, let's move to the left. So this is our change of character on the hourly. This right here is our BOS. Once we get our BOS, that's confirmation price wants to push in whatever direction that is. In this example right here, price is extremely bearish. Why? Because it wants to reach discounted levels before pushing up again on the 4-hourly. On the 1-hourly time frame, I would have had this level here marked out. Why, you may ask? This is the 1-hour level or higher low, which pushed up to cause this BOS right here. So this is now my target. So I'm looking for sales coming into Asia session right here. We're gonna go deep into this lower time frame analysis in a second. So coming into London session, my targets would have been to sell towards this POI. So let's go down to the 30-minute. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. Okay, we are now on the 30-minute time frame. So just to remind you guys, this level of demand right here is our hourly POI. This is purely here and marked out as a target, as a reference point, so we understand the direction of the market whilst on the lower time frame. So if we move up now to our most recent lower high, this is where we start to work with lower time frame price action. As we can see, this right here is our most recent lower high on the hourly time frame. So what we're going to do right now is mark out on the 5-minute time frame our structural levels, so our lower lows and lower highs on the 5-minute. So let's drop down to the 5 minute. Okay, so unfortunately we cannot drop down to the 5 minute due to us going back in time. The candles will not print all the way back to the 26th, so we're going to resort to the 6 minute. More or less it's the same thing. So as you can see here, we've got this little rocket ship telling us we cannot go past this point in time. So let's now zoom in on the 6 minute. The only problem now is I won't be able to show you guys my exact entry because I took my entry on the 1 minute time frame. Towards when we get to the end of the analysis, I'll show you all the screenshots and the screen recordings of the trade itself when I was taking the trade in the moment. But for now, let's focus on the fundamentals of how I came to the conclusion to take this sell. So cool. Let's continue to zoom in so we can see these candles. There we go. So now we are on the 6 minute time frame. Usually I'd go into the 5, but like I explained, we cannot go down to the 5 minute due to it being too far back in time. Here we go. So let's grab our highlighter tool and mark out our levels of structure on the 6 minute. Lower low, lower high. Let's go down below. Where was this level breached? Right here. Lower low. Sorry, no. This level here was breached right here. Lower low, lower high. We got our lower low down here. So this is our lower high. Let's push down a bit more. Lower low. Sorry, lower low, lower high. Let's just remove this right here. Here we go. So now on the 6 minute, we've got our levels of structure marked out. We can clearly see bears are in control, sellers are in control of this market. Look at the momentum in these candles right here. So we got a lower low, lower high, lower low. We can see right here the level was breached on that Asia candle. Right here we can see this level here was breached right here. So this is our lower high, sorry, lower low, and this right here is our lower high. Okay, now we are working with recent price action. So first things first, I would like to mention, during Asia session, it is very important that you don't fall into the mindset that both Asian low and high need to be swept before entering the trade. Think logically. Where is price going? In this scenario right here, price is going to the downside. So it does not make sense for price to take the Asian high unless there is valid areas that price wants to mitigate before going below to then take Asia low. So in this scenario, we can see the lower high has been created at the top of Asia session right here, and we can see it has tapped into, if we just move a bit higher, if I grab my fib tool, move from here to here, in this leg of price action right here, price has come above the 50% level. In fact, perfectly mitigated the 50% level. So when price mitigates 50% or above, it's not necessary to come back and trigger a deeper level. It possibly can, however, it is not necessary. So taking into consideration that Asian high doesn't have to be taken out, alongside price has been extremely bearish for the past few days. Look at the price action right here. The intent is very obvious. So moving into our London session, we can see Asia low got swept during Frankfurt session. So our new lower high lands right here. There we go. So we can see our zone to enter in London session is here. This is in fact a trade that I did take on the 1 minute. I will put the screen recordings up right now on the screen for you guys to see. Unfortunately, I did get tapped out of this trade due to spreads. My stop loss was above where price came up to. However, I was taken out due to spreads. So this was a trade I did miss out on getting profits. However, it is okay because we still have a New York entry waiting for us. So once I took a loss on this trade, I took a 1% loss right here. I understood, okay, we've already made a lower low. This reaction in London session is our lower high, which has pushed down. The way this has pushed down is just, I remember seeing this in person. I remember seeing this live when I was sat in front of my laptop looking at the markets. I saw the intent in this and I was happy. Not because I missed out on the trade, but because I knew what was coming next. So now, here's our lower low on the 5 minute, created in London session. So I now know this is very simple price action, guys. Take a look at this. On the 5 minute, there is a 5 minute level of supply right here. If I show you, you guys who understand wicks and bodies will know that from this wick right here, we will have bearish and then bullish and then bearish again. So within here, there is a zone. And I remember there was a 1 minute zone which I took my sell off from exactly this level here. I will put the screen recordings over this right now so that you lot can see of when I enter this trade. So due to the fact as well, I'd like to mention of the first loss I took in London session due to spreads. Fortunately, these technical errors happen sometimes. I ended up taking 2 positions. So within this area, like I mentioned, there was a 5 minute zone which you guys will see with the overlay of the screen recording I put on the screen. So I marked out both a 5 and a 1 minute zone, and I entered from both levels. So I entered on both levels, as you can see. Okay, so let's take it back to trading view. So as you guys saw, I had both a 5, which this order block which I've marked out represents the 5 minute order block, as well as a 1 minute order block within the same area, something like that. You guys would have seen a lot better in the screen recording. If we just put our sell limit, sell limit, our sell position tool right here. Let's put a 2 pip stop loss right there. And then, as you saw initially, I was planning to take price down, as you saw in the screen recordings, all the way down to the hourly POI target. However, the risk to reward here is 26R. Bearing in mind, I did go against my rules in this trade by not securing partial profits. So in essence, I knew that if this was going to 40p, I could have made up to 26k. However, like I said, if you lot watched the last breakdown, the same thing I mentioned in the last breakdown about not being greedy and price can come back to stop hunt you and then you'll lose out on your position is exactly what happened in this same scenario. So what did I do instead? I targeted the 5 minute low right here. So this was now my new target. This 5 minute low was my new target. However, remember, let's take it back to some context. This is my first time seeing 5 figures floating on a funded account. And remember, I'm in 2 positions, not 1. I'm floating in one position around 10k and another position around 7k. And with the hundreds as well. Overall, I saw 18k floating on my MetaTrader 5. You will see the screen recording or the screenshot right now. And I actually was on the phone I called my cousin. I was on the phone to my cousin and I showed him. And I was live. Like, I haven't closed the trade yet. This is unrealized gains at this point. So I've called him to show him my trading view and show him how much I was floating. And he instantly told me to close the trade. To close the trade and to step outside and see where I was living. So I done exactly that. I went outside, I opened my front door, I looked around, I came back inside, and I closed the damn trade. So you will see now on the screen, I ended up closing the trade for 18.5k or 17.5k. You'll see now I closed the trade for 17.5k after being in 2% drawdown. That left me at around 15k balance on my funded account. So now let's take it back to trading view. Furthermore, let's take it back to what I said about the last breakdown and how being greedy can come back and bite you. As we can see in this trade, although our theory about price being bearish and we were looking to target this hourly POI right here, we always need to understand to not be greedy. Take a look at this price at this point. Sorry if you couldn't tell, I'm a bit ill, so I just had to blow my nose real quick. Anyway, let me just take a sip of water. Let me drink some of this. Bismillah. Okay, so back to the analysis. So understanding that price was extremely bearish, and we knew the direction of price wanting to come target this hourly POI. However, we need to also understand our average pip range in Euro USD is only around 25 to 30 pips. And if we grab our pip range tool, let's see how many pips it moved in New York session. So from here is the top of the range to the bottom of the range. It moved a maximum of 35 pips, and when I came out of the trade, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing these candles when I was in the trade. So somewhere around here, somewhere in this zone here, and as you can see, we're looking at 22 to 23 pips at this time. So I was very content, number one, with the profits, and two, with the way I exited the trade. And then look, as soon as we broke below this low, look exactly what happens. Greedy traders got stop hunted and taken out the trade. They got induced, and look, price came down to the hourly the next day. The next day, price came down into that hourly POI. So we're taking lessons from last episode or last trade breakdown, and we're using them here, and it happens day in, day out. Every session you'll see this happen. Manipulation. People get manipulated every single day. You have to understand, these markets are ran by emotions. All of these candles is just human emotion. This is all different people participating in the market and people's beliefs in where the price is going to go. We just have to be smart enough, use our systems properly to understand where price is going to go next. Guys, if you want to follow my journey from zero to hero, make sure you're following me on all my socials. TikTok, Insta, Snap, they're all going to be on the screen right now. Make sure you've added and followed me on every single one to follow me on my journey from no longer being funded to getting my funded back to 7 figures in funding to going straight to Dubai. Like you would have just heard, after I took this trade, I actually went on a big losing streak. During my time out in Saudi, I completely neglected every single area of my life, including trading. And unfortunately, aside from that nice trade that I hit, I came back home having to deal and juggle with so many different things in so many areas of my life that my trading crumbled. After I made this winning trade, my trading crumbled. And I went on a big losing streak. I blew my funded account. I blew an evaluation which was already about to be blown anyway. That was in deep drawdown since February. So that account was blown as well. And now we're back on the journey to 7 figures in funding. And yeah, we have to change the situation, guys. The situations we're in right now are dire. What do they call it? Living crisis. What are they talking about in the media? There's a crisis. There's a crisis somewhere. Wherever that crisis is, I'm suffering as well, guys. Wherever the crisis is. But yeah, we gotta get out of the country. We gotta change the situation. The situation for the nation has to be changed for the preparation of the men. Oh, I should have been a rapper. Astaghfirullah. The feeling I felt when I hit that 5 figures, I saw that number on my MT5. You know what I thought about? I thought about the times I was at my mum's house and I was on a demo account. You know, on demo accounts we hit silly numbers. Bro, this is silly number. 17.5k, that's a silly number. Look behind me. This is the payout certificate from that trade. This right here is the payout certificate of that trade. I ended up getting paid out 11.8k. That was my profit split. And now that I'm not funded, this is proof that I know how to trade. So guys, make sure you also get your funded award plaques. I'm not getting paid for this, but make sure you go get it, because this is a serious reminder. This is a serious reminder that you know your place in this industry. Look at this every day. Charts can't tell you nothing. No one outside can tell you nothing. Your brain can't even tell you nothing. The evidence is right there. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, no, it was actually a surreal moment. Guys, just a reminder, make sure go add up my Snapchat, go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, make sure you're subscribed, go like the video. Remember, support is completely free, guys. Support costs absolutely nothing. Man's just trying to make it out here. Help me make it. And remember, I'm a small creator, so for all of you lot that are interacting, trust me, I see it. I know who the real ones are. So just play your part. You might as well invest in me now. I'm at BTC in 2016. Just invest. Do you understand? Make sure you invest. You might get some readies in the future. Do you get it? Before we end off quickly, I also want to mention, guys, there's people making fake accounts of me. I'm not even that guy. I'm here, but outside I'm not really that guy. I don't know why you guys are making. You lot that are making those fake accounts, I'm only watching the video, you know. You lot, my supporters, my people that are pushing my thing. Make sure you don't get koalas by these guys, you know. I don't sell a course. I'm not gonna DM you. You know, one of these fake accounts, they message one of my guys saying, yo bro, what you saying? I would never say that to nobody. I would never say yo, what you saying? I hate when people say that to me. I would never do that to someone else. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous behavior. Anyway, yeah, don't get fooled by these people making fake accounts, posting my videos. Only getting 1-2 views on that as well. Waste, man. Let me know, guys, what you would like to see next. I'm back for good. Like, the work rate is coming back to where it should have been from the very start. So let me know in the comments what else you'd like to see. Let me know if you enjoyed the breakdown. Make sure you share this breakdown. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm also going to end the video off by putting any extra clips from the trade, the breakdown. And yeah, I hope to see you lot in the next episode. Take care.